Gordon.
What is wrong with you guys? When is this gonna end?
What are you gonna do? Fight this guy barehanded?
Freeze you motherfuckers! Leave him alone! Uncuff him! I mean uncuff him!
Damn.
My name's Buddy.
Kendall, this is your favorite movie. I don't know why you're hanging your head in shame. I mean, anytime you can throw a sword at somebody from close range and literally cut their whole arm off, got to do it. Got to do it.
Oh man,
Rob, is that okay for you? Because I know you have a soft tummy sometimes.
It's all good with me, man.
All right, just making sure because it is the prime time, so we're allowed to use the profanities. We're allowed to show the violence. Martial artists. I mean, the only thing short is the pornography, and quite frankly, it's probably not our best move to show that. So
you had me at profanity, my friend.
Well, back in the saddle again, to quote Steven Tyler. A little rusty. I think we are going to have hopefully a good show. Let's see who's joining us on the return voyage. Even though it's just a week, you know who's here, and just in time. Arnaldo returns, and Wisconsin Dave is here. Now, Arnaldo, you haven't been gone long enough to know that Wyoming Dave became Wisconsin Dave. Did you?
Oh, I was here.
Okay,
I was
good.
here for that.
The vinyl community is still, getting its bearings after that Titanic situation. But awesome. Breakfast King of Loyal is here. He's talking about the thumbnail, the infamous UHQR Squatch. Yes. Listen, we've got a lot of northern representation. Stay tuned and you'll find out why. I am one of us, always first in the gallery. Thank you for joining. Easy now. How is the new Howlin' Wolf Rockin' Chair release? Does anybody have it? Bueller. Sorry, apparently we're not the show for the Howlin' Wolf. Sorry, Easy now. Herkimer is here. Good evening. No echo. Yeah, the morning show is having some challenges. It sounded like the Lou Gehrig tribute, and it was passing around. It was like a virus. It seemed to go everywhere. So hopefully no echo. Gallery, tell us if there's echo, because then it's a StreamYard issue, I think. But we'll see what happens. Alan Always is here. Alan Always was on the DC Social Club. You never asked to come on Surface Noise, Alan. You don't bring me flowers, as Neil Diamond once said. Come on. Grasshopper is here. Good evening. Watched your new video that you sent a link to me. You said there was a kind of a shout out, but it was kind of an insult from the Wolfman. So I don't know what kind of fleas were biting him that day, but I don't know if that's the kind of shout out that I was looking forward to be frank. Christopher is here. Good evening, Christopher. Paul McClellan. Good evening, sir. Vinyl and Kicks 86. Welcome. Record Keeper 33 RPM. So that's where Indiana Jones stole that move. Yes. Steven Spielberg was a big fan of that movie and had to incorporate it into the fight scenes of Indiana Jones, no doubt. Jefferson's here. Good evening, Jefferson. Hope you're doing well. Good to hear from you. Chris, Record Talk. Is this the battle for records at the St. Louis Record Show? Yes, there's lots of switchblades, actually. We pull knives on each other. There's weapons, Chinese stars. It's a time. It's a gas. You should come. You're not far. You're just a state away. Look at this, Arnaldo. You're already getting the flowers. Jefferson saying welcome back. Obviously, Wisconsin Dave. Joel on screen and in the gallery. This is what we call double duty. Excellent. All right. I think we've covered KP Spins. Good evening. Glad to see you gents back. Glad to be back. Hang on a second. The Cowboy is here. The Cowboy, where have you been? I heard you got arrested, Cowboy. This is the Vinyl Cowboy. I heard you got arrested. Was there something, some kind of tariff situation? You just weren't going to stand for it? Mazzy's Music, new channel. Mazzy's Music says the first hour, the Arnall follow-up series. Well, we'll get to it. Relax. We've got 2 hours. We've got plenty of time. Dr. Johnny Fever, the resident physician of Surface Noise. Good evening. Tokyo Brian says, howdy from tomorrow. This is how you do it. He gets it. He's a nice guy. And he actually is a value plus for the community, unlike some other people in Japan who are named nameless. Dagon is here. Good evening, John. How are you, sir? Welcome. Al's here. Hello. Glad to see you guys finally paid Arnaldo's ransom from Analog Productions. Well, we're not allowed to discuss some things. I know that they were holding him hostage for holding their feet to the flame. Well, Arnaldo, are we allowed to talk about that? Because I know it was we had to send in government agencies. There was a couple sting operations, and
I was locked in the vault, in the vinyl vault.
Yeah, it's next to impossible to escape the vinyl vault. Oh, delightful. Dane Johnson, can we talk positively about Rhino and finally gain a sponsor? Dane, this is the wrong show for that. Not because we dislike Rhino, but because Rhino just keeps stepping in it. Matter of fact, what a transition. Hold that. We're going to put a pin in that because current events, we'll just kick off with that current events. But let's go around the dais. We have some unfamiliar faces. Familiar faces if you're in the Surface Noise orbit or Concert Buddy orbit. But let's do some introductions, and then we'll get to current events. And we'll get the show of record, showing records, talking records off the ground. This is Surface Noise, Concert Buddy here, you there. Glad to have you back in the building. Glad to be back in the building. So much fun, so much ahead of us on this journey, this vinyl journey. Joining me on the vinyl journey is now 6-time participant, and do we say adopted St. Louisan, Kendall, spin doctor in his vinyl mayhem. Kendall, welcome back. How are you, sir?
Thank you for having me. Got my award for being a 6-time member. Got my little keychain. Surface Noise keychain here.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a big budget after paying Arnaldo's ransom that we could afford keychains. So, listen. Any future guests on Surface Noise, play your cards right, and I'll send you a Surface Noise magnet. So, wet that whistle. Then somebody who needs a Surface Noise magnet is the one and only Joel. The channel and record store is staticatxrecords.com. You just had a sale over the weekend, and I was petulant, and I had a record in my cart, and then I didn't convert. So, Joel, I'm sorry that the $50 Foo Fighters record I did not liquidate from your inventory. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, man.
No problem. I hope you're not sitting on a lot of those Foo Fighter albums because it was a 50% discount. It was a substantial discount.
I'm trying to move some stuff, trying to get it out.
Wheeling and dealing. I'm big. And then the familiar face. Hang on, I've even got. Listen, we're probably going to get zing, but he's been gone a while. He's been fighting the good fight overseas, bringing records back to their new home in New York City. It is Arnaldo. The channel is Fidelios_frequency. Arnaldo, welcome back to the mothership. How are you? How you been?
Thank you for the intro music, probably one of the best intro TV show music ever.
Sure.
Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back. Listen, up your nose with a rubber hose, guy. If you know, you know. And then, wow, Surface Noise debut. He's been on the Concert Buddy channel before, but we needed some representation up north. You'll see we have hopefully a guest joining us here in a little bit. But it is Northern Revolutions is the channel, the home of the Wednesday evening live stream. Rob, Northern Revolutions. Rob, welcome to the mothership. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. I know we've done the dance for a little bit, but it's time, and this is the show to be on because we're going to have Canadian representation coming up. Hopefully, again, the link has been sent, the invitation extended. The information exchanged. Now they just got to show up. So all that stuff. We call the deep tease. This is the deep tease. Guys, let's get into it. We've missed the governor so much. You know what that means. It's time for current events.
I've got news for you.
So I do have news for you, and I don't have a way to link into this because it's what we call conjecture. Conjecture. And this is, I'm glad Rob's here. This may be apropos. I was reading on the Hoffman forums, the butthole of the vinyl community, that apparently there is a I wouldn't say reissue of the reissue, but apparently the Gordon Lightfoot Rhino Reserve is being recut. Does anybody know about this? Or is this fake news? Apparently, and this is why I'm a terrible host, it was on Facebook. And Facebook, one of the, I guess the Steve Hoffman forum, or the Steve Westman, pardon me, one of the fan pages he runs for Rhino or Analog Productions or Audiophile, he's got them all. I'm retired from Facebook for nefarious reasons, but apparently the news was dropped that they're recutting side A of, help me out on this, Rob, Summertime Dream. Is that the right album? Okay.
That's the one, I believe.
Well,
Yeah.
What a controversy. So I know Dane Johnson had said, take it easy on Rhino, but what are we doing, folks? It's up there with the Marley Gate that Arnaldo literally broke the news, breaking news. Arnaldo, I still don't think you got enough credit for liberating us from the spectacle that the Marley Gate was. But now we've got a Rhino Gate situation where, I mean, they were literally beating down the doors to get the Rhino Reserve of Gordon Lightfoot's Summertime Dream. And it's tough. Yes, here we go. Mr. Rhino himself, Mazzy says, the Lightfoot has a glitch on the opening track, so are they recutting? So a glitch. How do we define glitch, guys? Is this
well, after I didn't know anything about it. After you put that as a topic in our homework email, that I Googled it, and then I found the Facebook post or something. I don't know what it was. And yeah, apparently several people, it was skipping on the first track. And
it's just cut hot. It was cut so hot because
I don't know. I went to the Discogs page. People, I think there's a couple comments on there, and someone said his played fine. So his or hers. It could have been just a bad stamper, like the Marley. Some people got lucky, and some people didn't. So,
well, I hate to disappoint.
At least it wasn't an expensive record.
This is true. That it wasn't $100 and some odd dollars that you had waited 18 months for. This was just a
$32 record.
And listen, we're not putting down Mr. Lightfoot, rest in power, sir. But it's unfortunate that this tribute was messed up like this because when I order a record and it's a record of my favorite artist and it skips on that first track, vinyl boner just goes right down. So I'm glad to see that Rhino is doing the damn thing and replacing the damn thing. But unfortunate news. So if you didn't know, now you know. If you bought this record, consider this a public service announcement to check it. Don't be like this guy and buy it and let it sit on the shelf for eons before you actually open and play it. Don't do that anymore, but I'm just saying, play your records, guys. So anyway, that was kind of the sneaky last minute part of the current events. But Arnaldo, since you're back, I want to get your feedback on this. And it's important because these are the things that the vinyl community is talking about. Let me change the view real quick because it's huge. The story is huge. This information is huge. And guys, I'm gonna need you all to weigh in on this one. Now, Arnaldo is a lot of things, and one of them is the resident champion for the Vinylphyle series, the Audiophile, air quotes, reissue series. But we've got some splaining to do. The Sublime album is now vinylphiled. Is that a verb? Vinylphiled? What are we thinking about this, guys? Because did this record need an audiophile treatment? I mean, it's a great album. It's a classic 90s album. Santeria, all the hits, all the bangers. What I Got, Wrong Way, Doing Time, April 29, 1992. Great album. No argument here. But my question is, did this require the vinylphile treatment? Arnaldo, as our Vinylphyle shill? Question mark. Do we think
Not a shill. I pay for all of them.
Yes, I know.
I get nothing for free.
I'm just kidding. What do you think about this, Arnaldo? I'll start with you. Is this a little bit too much? Because they've been really doing great. The Sheryl Crow release, well received. There's let's see, the D'Angelo, Brown Sugar. Like they're really, from a curation perspective, doing a nice job. I'm wondering if this was a step in the wrong direction. What say you?
Well, my thoughts are, when I saw it, I said, I already have the Vinyl Me Please version, right? Which did have an issue. I remember I requested a replacement. There was something wrong there on one of the tracks. It was skipping, and that problem was solved. And when I was reading the notes, it looks like they're using the exact same source material that Vinyl Me Please did, because I remember Vinyl Me Please did not have, there was something funny. If you read down the quotes about, it was a mixed kind of source. Some were tape and some were transfers, some depending on the songs. Help me out here, Chance.
Hang on, I gotta scroll. Sorry, I saw some controversy.
It does say that it is analog and digital.
And digital. It was a mix.
No, hang on, Kendall. Thank you for picking up my slack. I'm trying to moderate the show here. It says the album's best available final mixes, spanning both analog and digital formats, were compiled. Big word, compiled into a new digital vinyl master in 2016 under the supervision of the immortal Michael, quote, Miguel Happold. Yeah. Don't worry, folks. Joe Nino Hernandez used that master to cut this 30th anniversary Vinylphyle edition in 2026.
So I think it's the same source material that they use for the Vinyl Me Please that they're using for this one. I mean, I don't know. I have it already. I don't need it, but and it's an important album, like you said. So I don't really look at it as a step in the wrong direction. It definitely has its audience.
Okay. Joel, what do you think about this? Joel, is this something that that you as a collector would be bringing in? Because obviously these are not available in your local shops, as you know. Is this something, you're a guy of the 90s. Is this something you're getting or what?
Well, I see what you did there, calling me a collector, but
that's what we call it, Easter egg. If you know, you know.
So, I mean, I don't understand. This album is still in print in a cheaper version, still across 2 LPs. I don't know what's different. Like, there can't be anything different about it. This is like $20 more than the non-Vinylphyle version.
But right, is it the same source? Is it the same attention to detail that Vinylphyle is priding itself?
Hang on, Joel. Have you ever heard of the custom inner sleeves? The custom inner sleeves and the Obi strip. Come on.
And there's also a fold out there.
Accurate.
It's still $20 more. I don't think it's necessary.
And it's cut by Joe.
Listen, the guys, I'm starting this right now. It's hard to remember all the full. We're calling them J and H. That's what the Hoffman Forum says. So from now on, it's blessed by the Show of Record, Talking Records. J and H is
all I know is that thank God they're limiting this to 4 per customer, because I was seriously considering buying 5 of them. I was just
well, that's Joel flexing his mass fortune that he was going to buy $250 worth of records. Rob, our guest from Canada, is this something? Obviously, you and we talked about the Vinylphyle series recently because apparently it's not available north of the border. How do you feel? How do you feel? Not just about this title, but how do you feel about that series not being available to fellow Canadians?
No, I was just absolutely thrilled, because I've been waiting for that Sheryl Crow album for a while. So I was just doing cartwheels when I saw the little disclaimer, not available outside of the United States. So thank God I have a friend in St. Louis. You might know him.
Yeah, Concert Bidet or
something like that. Yeah,
Concert Cruddy. I think that's what the haters call me. Concert Cruddy.
He was able to hook me up quite nicely. You know what? I like the idea of what Vinylphyle is, right? I mean, they're putting out some titles that, like in the case of that Sheryl Crow album that haven't been out, but something like this, I mean, it's already out there, and you're paying extra money for what? An Obi strip? Who gives
the inner sleeves are
oh, sorry. That makes it sound so much better when you have those custom inner sleeves.
They say Vinylphyle in gold, Rob. So I don't know if that changes your mind.
Well, yeah, if you're just releasing it, and charging extra money for stupid shit like that, I'm not impressed. But I like some of the titles they're coming out with.
Listen, I want to give a quick shout out to the legend Wyatt Foley is here. Hopefully, that's a real account. He says honesty and transparency go a long way. That's right. That's right, Wyatt. This is what we do. Listen, we don't always say what the people want to hear, but we are honest to a fault. So welcome to Surface Noise. Good to see you. If that's really you, I don't know. I'll check the channel in a second. We get a lot of imposters around here, so we'll vet you. But Kendall, I'll let you have the last word on this. How many copies did you pre-order?
Well, it doesn't come out till the end of October, so you got plenty of time to think about it, everybody.
Oh, you bastard!
Everyone's got plenty of time to think about it. So, I mean, it's one that I'm on the fence about, just because, it's true. It's been out, and you asked the question, do we really need an audiophile version? Well, do we really need an audiophile version of most titles? Probably not.
No.
But I mean, it's a great album. It's an album that I think most 90s collectors should have in their collection. I'm interested. I think JN or whatever his name is.
Hang on, you forgot J&H. Come on, man. What are you doing?
J&H. Sorry, J&H does a great job, and I think Vinylphyle has done great with everything they've done. So I don't think there'll be any issues with this being great too. I just don't know if it's something that I want to spend my money on. So we'll see.
Well, we will see. Well, guys, the only other piece of business that I have for current events before our guest is in the house is, and it's probably for the best, we were off last week, because the big news, the big with a capital B, lowercase g, and Rob, I'm glad you're here for this too. The Beatles, a little band you may or may not have heard of, independent band. I guess they're over across the pond, I forget. But anyway, apparently they're doing a extravaganza release for Rubber Soul, and it's the limited edition, super edition, biggest edition, you name it, of Rubber Soul. And this ain't cheap, guys. This ain't cheap. So I don't want to delve into it because this isn't a Beatles channel, and obviously we're late to the party, taking 1 week off. But Rob, I'll start with you because you and Arnaldo may be the biggest Beatle fans on the dais. Rob, how did you receive the news, and are you receiving any version of this Rubber Soul reissue?
Regretfully, yes. I bought the goddamn.
Oh, got him.
So listen, I have a lot of Beatles, and a completist insofar as one could be realistically. I have all the super deluxes, and some of them are great, but I was really hoping they weren't going to do Rubber Soul, because in my mind, there's diminishing returns. There's less extra stuff in there to justify why you should have it. I get it for something like Sgt. Pepper that has a bazillion outtakes and demos and whatever, but I bought it anyway because I got all the others. So, God damn it, I bought the super deluxe vinyl version, which here in Canada was close to $500.
So which organ did you have to sell on the black market? Was it the right kidney, spleen? I mean, you can tell us
it was a kidney, and I'm probably going to lose the other one once my wife finds out. So
better that than the testes, as we say. You want to keep the testes intact. So
I don't use those either. So I guess I could have got rid of those.
Arnaldo, same thing. I know you're out of the country when this news broke. Convenient or coincidence, you decide. But what versions have you ordered? Because I know that when these things are announced, one of the first people ordering is Fidelios_frequency.
I did not pre-order yet.
In my face.
Yeah, yet. I did say that I was going to get it because I've gotten all the other. I'm a huge Beatles fan, you know that.
Of course.
And I've gotten all the other super deluxes, and they always put together very. Like, I skipped the anthology from last year because it was just. It was unnecessary. So I only bought.
Agree 100%.
I only bought the number 4, and I was happy with that.
Same here.
But I can't pass up Rubber Soul. It's a great album. I didn't read entirely the details of like all the outtakes and stuff, but I was reading that, and correct me if I'm mistaken, there's an unheard John Lennon track on it.
There is.
So there's a tease right there.
But Arnaldo, is it worth $250? Couldn't they have just released that? No, it's.
I think it's. Is it No, it's not 250. I think it's like 229, 230. Well, I could squeeze out another record from
resident of the morning show. The Boomer Scalper is here. He says, "Who are the Beatles?" Great question, Kendall. You want to take this one? Who are the Beatles?
Last I heard, they were 4. They're bugs, aren't they?
Well, they're bugs. Yes. See, I set you up for the Bill and Ted answer, and you could have said there are 2 dead dudes and 2 living dudes, but we didn't connect on that.
No, we didn't. Sorry. You're right.
All good. I do see in the chat, guys, we have VC Royalty. I just lost him, but some would say they call him many names: John Bong, Al Pacino, Jose Moreno Ron. I know he's picking his wife at the airport, so there is the reason he's not here. Breakfast King Loyal, I had to tell you. But he says, Beatles this, Beatle that, circle jerking, except Ringo. So there's your Bong moment of the show, even though he's not here. Thank you, Jose. Thank you. Well, Joel, does this appeal to you? Rubber Soul in the 80th millionth format? Or I saw there's like on Discogs over 2,300 different types of listings for Rubber Soul. How about one more, Joel? Question mark? No, that's it. That's a no. And Kendall, I know you just bankrupt your entire family on the St. Louis trip with all the records. But, is there any money left in the cupboard for Rubber Soul reissue?
I will wait and try to catch it on sale down the road.
That's
which I've had that Beatles anthology vinyl box set on sale in my store, and I still can't sell it. It's about to go 50% off. The problem is I'm not mailing it, so it has to be someone local.
Fair enough. And we have confirmed, breaking news, this is Wyatt Foley, the legend. He says, just release the Beatles mono masters again. So actually, Wyatt, great opportunity. Put the pressure on. Listen, your videos are putting a lot of heat on these labels and hold them accountable. I think this is a good opportunity to go after Paul and Ringo before they age out of this stuff. So
it only took them 10 years before they reissued the mono box, right? So that's how much the vinyl community counts in the eyes of the major labels, or at least the Beatles in this case.
This is true. Well, we can get into that in the bonus tracks. Now, without further ado, I've run them a little long. So this gentleman coming up owns a record store in Canada, Saskatchewan, if I'm not mistaken. Resurrected Records. We're going to get into that, but I thought, what better opportunity to have Rob on the show than we have a Canadian record store owner. So let me bring up, his name is Nick. So let's take it easy on him. Hopefully he's available. Nick.
I'm here.
Nick, how are you? Welcome to Surface Noise. How you doing?
Good. Yourself? This is awesome.
Great.
Thanks for having me on here. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, my camera's broken, but I'm making do.
We're gonna and the accent, Rob, his accent's more thicker than yours. Is he a truer Canadian, a truer son of the North than Rob? What's going on?
No, man, we're all one and the same.
Where's Rob? I can't hear Rob. Where's he from? In Canada?
Just outside of Toronto.
I can't hear anybody but you. I don't know why that is. But...
Oh no. Well, listen, we're gonna make this work, Nick. Make it work. He's just outside of Toronto.
Oh man, Toronto's too hot. You got to come down to Saskatchewan. There's ice in our veins down here. It's cold.
That's what I like to hear. So Nick, tell me a little bit about the shop. I'm gonna put some information in. How are you the owner of Resurrected Records?
Yeah. This is my operation. Yeah. 25 years old. It's a fully secondhand record store. We do not deal in new pressings. And when you say secondhand, don't think, oh, it's all just junk. It's more the stuff on the collectible side of things rather than the classic $5 titles you find everywhere else. So yeah, trying to hone in the market in that sense. We also sell vintage audio gear too.
Okay, so 25 years old, like what was the motivation behind not only starting your own business, but also starting a record store? Like, hopefully you like music. Hopefully you're not looking at this as like just a commodity.
Yeah, no. So I've actually been doing this since high school. So about 10 years now. I started when I was like 16 years old, and I ran it out of my parents' garage. And then eventually it got to the point where there was so much stuff in there. My parents were like, this is time to get out of here. So yeah, I opened the store about 2 years ago now. We're just coming up on our 2-year anniversary. So yeah, it's growing. It's been a lot of fun. Big learning curve too.
No, I bet. Well, tell us about, and guys, if you have any questions, I'm the general. So since you can only hear me, let me know. Just raise your hand up like in school, and I'll relay it to him. But so Nick, what have you learned now being in business almost 2 years that if you could do it all over again, like what were some of the hardest learning curves starting a brick and mortar shop in Saskatchewan?
Oh man, the hardest learning curve. Setting up the shop was actually fairly easy, but one big thing was nobody retails record shelves anymore. There's not too many record stores opening up, so all the shelves you see in our store are custom built by myself actually, and also a friend of mine. That was a big learning curve because you need a lot of shelves to hold records. But then the other thing would just be taxes, man. Taxes kill the fun of the game, to be honest with you. Doing all the stuff officially is a lot different than running it out of your parents' garage. So that was a massive learning curve. There was tax. Don't mess with the CRA, the Canadian Revenue Agency, in case anybody.
Yeah, Rob is nodding his head feverishly. I think he's had some auditing issues in the past. We won't get into it, but no.
Yeah, so I guess that was the big two for me, and then yeah, everything from expecting more to yourself, like the quality of stuff you bring in, grading, organization's a big one too. You know, people want to be able to know where things are, so that's a huge task. Even simple things like making dividers for records. Like this is what we came up with, just gluing a record 3/4 of the way up and doing it. Like we got quoted like $3,000 for custom ones. Like little things like that, like that you won't think about. It just adds up over time. So yeah, that's definitely trials and tribulations.
Well, besides having another Canadian on the panel tonight, we have another record store owner. I know you can't hear him. So Joel runs a shop out of Texas, cool. Static ATX Records. Joel, question for Nick that I can relay to him like in World War II. I can take your question and read it to him.
Well, we can start with, why did he make the decision to do used only?
Why did you make the decision to do used only, Nick?
Used only, the profit margins are more than newer product, and it's, in my opinion, it's way more fun than collecting new stuff. When somebody brings me a box of stuff, it's so much fun to go through the old stuff and find something that's collectible, right? Like it's hard to find. Compared to new stuff, you sit behind a computer, you order it, it comes in. I don't know what the margins are. I haven't heard they're the greatest, but on used stuff, you know, it's higher up, so it allows me to do what I do rather than we're in Saskatchewan. There's not a whole lot of people, so I don't know. Texas probably has 10 times the buyers we have, so operation costs got to stay low in order to float the business itself. And in the used market, that seems where the margins are at.
Nice. Have you considered maybe down the road getting a relationship with to be able to sell some new records or do record store day, or are those kind of like air quotes fun things that come with selling new records?
Yeah, record store day actually for us is an absolute hoot, even though we don't get the titles. So what I do is I go on Discogs and I order some of the rare stuff I can find. So, you know, original copies of Soundgarden, Tool, stuff that everybody wants. And I release them only on record store day in the store. So theoretically, the titles I'm releasing should be more exclusive than the ones that are coming out. And that's how I do it here. In the future, I don't know if I'll bring in new stuff. I've had no issue with supply, and people do bring me new titles, which I do buy. Yeah, doesn't seem to be a shortage of demand for the used stuff yet. So until that happens, I don't think I'll delve into the new.
So question I have for you is, and I've noticed this talking with other record store owner buddies of mine, how much time are you spending sourcing collections? Like you said, obviously you have a place where people can find you, but that's kind of a hard transition, especially if you are the one-stop shop. If you have a partner or somebody that can help you out, like you guys can take turns going on leads and that sort of thing. But has it changed since obviously you were doing this on as a, let's call it a side hustle, to now a brick and mortar? Like, how are you finding the collections?
Yeah, so I've been super blessed. I used to have to go out and Facebook Marketplace and private ads, you name it. But nowadays, people just bring me stuff, which is awesome. The other stores that are kind of in the area offer about 20% for a collection. So I put a bounty out at 40 to 50%.
Wow.
So a lot of people have been coming my way, which I'm super thankful for. And yeah, that's how I've been getting new stuff. I haven't had to go and do anything. It's fantastic. Like today alone, I think I got 2 collections, 400 records that I got to go through. So it's really never ending. I haven't had a shortage yet, and I pray to the gods that never ends because I don't want to leave. So yeah, no, I've been really blessed in that manner for people bringing me stuff. So if you ever want to sell your records, 40 to 50% at Resurrected Records.
Rob, when you quit the vinyl community by the end of the year, I got a guy for you. Nick is happy to take your Taylor Swift and Grace Potter records.
Yeah, I need more of those for sure.
That's
awesome.
actually
That's wicked.
That's actually very generous because some retailers.
Sorry, I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I'll relate. Yeah, go ahead, Arnold.
Okay,
some retailers in New York, they'll give you 30% of what it sells for on Discogs. So
what Arnaldo's saying is like, so Arnaldo's in New York and they give like 30% is generous. So the fact that you're going above, not 40 and 50%, like we need more of that here is what Arnaldo's saying. Like we need more of that, especially as we're bucking up on these grails that we're trying to chase.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's I think a 50% margin on something is like, you look at any retail store, I think 50% is pretty good. So I think if people got to be happy with that and offer a little bit more, but I can totally see. I mean, there's a lot of expenses that come with running a store, so offering less is totally understandable, and the people got to understand that too when they're selling.
So is he using, like, how does he feel about the Discogs median? Is that what he's using?
Oh, yeah. So here's a question. Joel's back with another question. He wants to know, when you're setting price in your shop, are you using the Discogs median, or is the Discogs median a lie? That's a controversial topic here on the YouTubes.
Yeah. The Discogs low, median, high is obviously controversial because it takes from a variety of years, and obviously condition has a massive factor. If you have a $100 record and it sells for $1 because it was G plus or P or F, obviously it affects that median value. Yeah. So how we do it here is how I was kind of learned growing up was you take the existing listings of the record, you find the one in the same condition. So say my record's VG plus, I find another one that's VG plus, and I want a quick sale. I don't want to sit on stuff for a year. So I lower my price by $5 to $10. So if anybody comes in is like, this is priced too high, I show them, I'm like, here is the listing, the cheapest one you can buy right now, shipped to your doorstep. My listing is cheaper. And that's kind of how I've been rolling for the last 9 years, pretty much. So I try to undersell a little bit, but not too much.
How so I scouting your website, one thing I like about your website is the fact that you have pictures of the used titles. How laborsome is that? Because I've talked to other shop owners, and it's very time consuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. To not only take the picture, list it, et cetera, et cetera. You have to build a SKU depending on your point of sale operation, that sort of thing. So as somebody who only does or focuses entirely on used, how much time is that taking up of your, let's say, an average day listing things on the website?
Honestly, probably about 6 hours a day, I'd say. I probably spend just taking pictures and uploading. But I'm weird. I really enjoy doing it. So for me, it doesn't feel like a job. I actually get up every day and I'm like, oh my God, like I can't wait to go price and list records online. Yeah, it is a massive chore. I used to run for the university track team when I was in university, and I actually hired them to come down and do the inventory when we just opened. So 14 people in 4 days. I have a photo on my Instagram page of everybody with their phones plugged into the Shopify, taking photos. They learned how to grade I gave them like a little hour course. And there was some mishaps, like what's expected with people like that. But yeah, it was a big job, massive undertaking. And yeah, so.
What's the split? Would you, maybe you don't know this, but if you have Shopify, maybe they have the data for you. In-store sales versus online sales.
Way more. Online store might be 2%. I think the conversion rate's like 1.53 for every 100 people you get or something like that. So it's way lower than an in-store. People like to see the album physical. What I noticed with the website is people use it more of a catalog locally. So they'll go home, look at the app, be like, oh, he has this. And instead of reserving it online, they'll actually just come and they'll risk it not being there and drive up and come check it out for themselves. So that's been a learning curve. But yeah, pushing the website internationally has kind of been a really big task for me. That's why I'm on here, resurrectedrecords.ca. If you're interested in anything, stop by. 4,000 used titles, CDs and cassettes too.
Hey, this guy gets it. This is hustle's a muscle. And Nick reached out to me, like I said at the beginning of the show, on TikTok. Says I got to come on the podcast.
Yeah,
I had to have him on because listen, you're hearing this guy is literally grinding every single day running this record store. Got a question for you, Nick. So this is a friend of the show, Dom, Seeking a Thread. He's had a lot of record store experience. He wants to know. He's curious what you're selling those originals that you get online on record store day. Is it a loss leader or a break even for you?
Break even, probably even a loss. It's impossible to really make money off Discogs at this point, especially if something rare. Like if you're bringing in a copy of Nirvana Nevermind, for example, like I think the minimum bid right now is like 1,900 Canadian. So to even try to make $50 on that price is ridiculous, let alone who's buying a record like that. So we try to hover around record store day. Maybe we get 30 albums in the $400 range and it's all break even. Most of them sell, but it's all break even. It's just getting people through the door, hoping that they see that one good title they wanted to get. Maybe they pick up another record for $20 and that's where the profit's at. So
are you running multiple revenue streams? Meaning, this is a multifaceted question. You have the store, you have the website selling items from the store. Do you have a Discogs page, and do you have other things you sell in the store?
We got kicked off of Discogs. So
congratulations. That's the rebel I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys heard about that scam going around recently?
No, teach us.
No.
Okay, so through the PayPal app. So say I ship a record from Saskatchewan to France. With tracking in Saskatchewan, it's going to be like a $60 additive. But if you have no tracking, it's only going to be about $23. It's relatively cheap. So what you can do is, if say I had this happen to me the other day actually, and couldn't do anything through PayPal, they pay through PayPal and you ship them the record, but no tracking is provided via Canada Post. So those people appeal the purchase through the PayPal protection app, and they get all their money back because you can't prove that there was no tracking sent. I even sent the receipt that it was shipped. I know the guy got it too, but you can't do anything. So I lost out on a $130 sale because you can't deny the appeal without a tracking number. I mean, it's totally right. I mean, you have no proof, but there's got to be a way around that. I don't know, but as of now, it's a loophole. If anybody wants to get free records out there, just
so how does that result in a ban?
Or on PayPal? Sorry.
Joel, how do you feel about that? Are you familiar with the scam? I don't want you to get burned either, Joel.
I stopped shipping overseas until Trump's out of office and the tariff stuff is done. I'm just not dealing with it. But I'm curious, how did that result in him getting banned?
How did that result in you getting banned? As Joel would like to know, Nick. Follow up.
I actually have no idea. I'm assuming that he reported me on Discogs or something, but they totally removed me from the platform. It happened twice with the same thing actually. So I really have no idea, but I can no longer sell on the platform. So
listen, I think Alex Dickey, a Canadian contributor to this program, says that's terrible. So yes, I agree, Alex. It is terrible. I think there's probably some Canadian prejudice involved here too, if we're really being honest about it. But we'll leave that for the other shows to digest. Hang on a second. Now we did get a contribution to the show. Mazzy's Music wants to give $3, big bucks. He wants to let's see Arnaldo's Italy slideshow to spice this up. Listen, you got to stick around. We're doing the world tour later, Mazzy. We're talking to a record store owner right now, but Arnaldo, we're doing the Italy tour. Kendall's going to do the St. Louis tour. Just stay with us. But thank you for the $3. That pays a tariff on one of these records that we're talking about here. So follow up, Nick. So are you selling anything else in the store besides records? Because we go to record stores, they've got tchotchkes, they've got vinyl pops, they've got incense, they've got Kiss tampons, you name it. Like, you're not selling that kind of weird nonsense, are you?
No, I'm kind of a purist in that sense. I don't want to sell anything new unless it's kind of original. So I do my best to source original stuff. So I could probably just show you here if I could take my camera off.
Let's do it. We're doing it live. I'm gonna make it big, not to put the pressure on you, but
so a new endeavor for me, for example, was collecting original concert posters. I've hung them all from the ceiling there. So from the 80s and 90s, kind of online, I'll order them, and then people will buy them and they want them in their houses and stuff. In my opinion, framing something you buy on Amazon for $20 is not worth it. But when you have an original, you put a bit of money into, I think it's really cool. So that's a new endeavor for me. Obviously, like I said, used audio gear has been a big endeavor for me too. So speakers, amps, cassette decks, reel-to-reel machines. We kind of We kind of do it all. We're very fortunate in Saskatchewan. There's like, we got amps, speakers, you name it. We're very fortunate in Saskatchewan to have a technician who actually went to school for like audio gear repair. So all the stuff goes to him before it hits the floor, and I've had a lot of success with it. But he's no spring chicken, so when he goes or retires, I don't know what I will do in that sense. But you never know.
Milk that man, Nick, as much as you can, because it's a dying art. It really is. Here locally, there's only a couple of people that can fix vintage equipment, and once they're gone, I wonder if that's the end of it locally.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad because these old turntables. Like if you look at, an old turntable for say $500 in the used market today, in my opinion, that's probably equivalent to what you would get in a $3,000 to $4,000 turntable in today's day. The manufacturing cost of stuff has just gotten outrageous. Like the plinths on these things weigh like 6 pounds alone. Like check this one out. I got this in today. So the University of Saskatchewan is our home university here. I had the opportunity to buy their original broadcasting table from the 70s that somehow ended up in a guy's house after an auction. So it's called the Rusco Studio Pro. It's really got a gear shifter to turn it from 33 to 45. It's built into this massive case. This thing weighs 10 pounds alone. So it dampens all vibrations. It's pretty amazing. It's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, I do have a question. I saw some clothes hanging up there. You're not living at the shop, are you? That looks like a closet.
No, so like I said, cost is everything. It's make this thing a go. I just share the space with a clothing store called Replacing You here in Saskatoon. So we're 50-50 on the space. She's got clothing on one side, and I have my records and audio gear on the other. It's been a cool journey in that. Splits it right in half the rent. Makes everything cheap.
Nice. Well, guys, any other questions? I do have one more. Anyone else want to throw in that I can translate to Nick here?
Well, several people in the chat wanted him to show off some rare records.
That's where I was going. So Joel makes a point. The chat is really excited. And Arnaldo's got one. Hang on a second. Arnaldo, yes.
Well, what's the classic question? What's the bathroom situation?
Oh yes, hang on. So we're gonna leave. We got two more pieces for you, Nick, and we'll let you keep on making money.
Good.
One. This show is famous for going places that no other vinyl podcast will go, and we need to know, what is the bathroom situation at your shop? Did you make a concerted effort to have a good bathroom situation, or do you tell people to just go to like the McDonald's or the Tim Hortons down the street?
So this is actually, it's considered a mall. So the bathroom access is not public. So we typically send people upstairs to the closest restaurant, which isn't the best thing, but they ain't using it down here. I'll tell you that much.
See, smart guy. Other piece, some people in the chat. Do you have like a wall of wow of like your real heaters, or can you show us some of like the real big pieces you got right now?
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff that we have, the big time heaters, I don't typically store in store, but the wall of stuff that's kind of more interesting, more higher demand would be. Sorry about this.
No, it's
bunch of stuff to work through. Yeah, kind of stuff like this, if you can see. So like kind of like big. It's original SFU, original Xmas. We got like some sealed Kiss. I don't know if you know Beastie Boys, Country Mike's Greatest Hits. They put out a country record back in the day, or it's a rap album, but it's pretty cool. Original NWA. Halo 5 is a promotional thing they did when they released the game. We have a sealed copy of Thriller, original Chili Peppers. Silver Apple I know is a big one, but psychedelic rock I think is kind of dying off in a sense, so it's going to be a tough sell. A full set of the Shelly Made at the Black Hawk, I know those are rare, from 1969. Some original Winehouse, the Breeders, original Odyssey and Oracle by the Zombies. Yeah, and it just kind of goes on from there. A variety of stuff.
I like a nice diversity. I think. Where did you get your knowledge and like learning? Was it just like you really love music? The parents loved music. Like, why did you gravitate toward like literally selling music?
Well, I always liked collecting stuff, and in high school, I sold like basketball shoes was my thing. But I found a turntable at Valley Village, which is our thrift store here. I don't know if you guys have it there, but and that's how this whole thing started. But in terms of the knowledge, that takes years and years and going through. I'm literally going to say over 100,000 records. When I was 18 years old, it's a picture on my Instagram page. I was working at a thrift store in Kenora, Saskatchewan, super small town. And you guys got time, by the way? It's a bit of a longer story.
Of course, yeah. Hit us with it.
And I was working at the thrift store, and a lady came down and wanted to sell her record collection, husband's record collection. And the boss at the time didn't want it. She kind of knew I was into records, so she said, "Go have a look, go have fun, go check it out." So I went to this person's house. It was next door, and on the second level, She had 4,000 albums that her husband had purchased from the years of like 65 to, and he was buying in the 90s too. So I don't know if you guys know about 1987. That's when records kind of stopped, and then it went to CDs and cassettes. So anytime you find a title after 1987, it's typically worth more. That's your grunge era, the stuff that everybody kind of wants. So this guy had everything. There's a picture on my Instagram. If you ever want to go check it out, it's me standing with this nice little old lady with literally just walls of records around her place. And so anyways, I spent that entire summer and pretty much almost a year going through each one of those records, grading, cleaning, pricing. Then I had a massive garage sale where everybody in Saskatchewan or Saskatoon kind of came and took a look. So that kind of started it all for me in terms of actually opening the store. That was the first big purchase. And I've never had a collection like that ever again. It was pretty wild. Original Vertigo stuff, the numbered Beatles White albums that are from the UK, the top loader ones. The guy had like a set of 4 of them. Yeah, I don't know what those go for in the US, but here it's quite a bit. Just some crazy stuff that I'll probably never see again.
I love it. Hey, a couple quick ones from the gallery. John Bong would like to know, where's the noise section at? Do you have a dedicated section to noise music? Is that
like just noise in general? Like what do you mean by that? Because I do.
You do have a noise. Okay, you do have a noise genre section.
If he wants to hear just noise, let's see what we got here. I call it the special section.
Special section, Bonger. You hear that? It's
special section. Yeah, if he wants to hear like Pope John Paul II speak, that's noise. We got him. This one is a conspiracy theory record from the 90s called No More Cocoons. And a guy just talks about how the moon landing was fake, how all this crazy stuff. It's nuts. But if you ever want to check it out, it is on resurrectedrecords.ca. Oh, here's a cool one for you. The Art of Osculation. So like medical stuff, like how to...
okay, I thought osculation was a dirty word. I thought we were going to have to edit you out, Nick. I don't know.
No. It's a medical term. Yeah, no, nothing bad there.
Awesome.
But yeah, there's tons of stuff. If you ever want to check it out, it's all online too.
Awesome. Well, I'm flashing your website. You can't see this, but I'm showing the people the website. One thing I would encourage anyone, if you go to it's resurrectedrecords.ca. And if you go to the catalog, again, like we were talking about, pictures of all the vinyl, all the cassettes, there's all kinds of stuff on here. So check it out. Support this guy because see, brand new. He's already put them up. He's already thrown them up on the site. So good
that
stuff.
sealed DRI is nice.
Yeah, like it. Well, anyway, I check out the site. Nick, I appreciate the time. I'm glad you reached out to us. Any other questions, guys? This guy's got to sell more records before he goes to sleep in 3 hours. Any Kendall, any questions for a friend of the show, Nick here? Nope.
I'm good.
Awesome. Well, Nick, thanks for joining us. It's great to hear from you and meet you. And
perfect.
Continue
Likewise.
Success with the store. Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much. Have a good day. Nice meeting you all.
Same.
Peace.
Bye.
I mean, hustle is a muscle, boys, and that is 25 years old. He's got his own record store. It's incredible. What a story! I didn't even know this. Again, he reached out on TikTok. He's like, "Hey, I'd love to. I got to get on this podcast." I think it was a direct quote, and I'm like, you know how that can go. But this guy is an entrepreneur. Joel, what did you learn from a 25? I mean, it's been a minute since you've been 25. Did you get tired just listening to the guy work? I mean,
no. Listen, I wish I had the guts when I was 25 to do it. So good for him, man. That's awesome.
Did he take a breath the entire time he was on the show? I don't know.
He's working hard. He's working real hard. But that's great. That's great. But anyway, check out resurrectedrecords.ca and check it. I think you'll like. I mean, because one of my chief things is when they have used, do they show you the used, and did they put it on the site? So that was automatically a win for me. Is that he's still here? Hang on, he's still on the show. Nick, you're still here.
Oh, I'm just curious. I've never watched the record podcast before, so I'm still just tuning in.
Okay, cool. I'll leave you backstage. I just thought maybe I thought you were going to try to rub in our face how much hustling you're doing and making us.
No, I'm still hustling. We got some turntables to price out. We're doing it all always.
Awesome. We'll get back to you again. Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Peace.
That's funny. Good stuff. Well, Rob, how far is Saskatchewan to you?
It's closer for me to come visit you. It's a big ass country. I think for me that's probably like 3.5 hour flight, probably.
Oh wow!
Wow!
Oh yeah!
Wow!
Yeah.
So help
quite
me.
a ways.
So like, because he's Central Time, I believe, right? Saskatchewan Central Time.
Yeah, but
it's just the mileage is really
in
close.
between Saskatchewan, where he is Manitoba, and then there's Ontario, which is California and Texas put together. So,
is Saskatchewan north or is it south?
North, right?
It's north, right?
It's in the middle. Do we need to have a geography lesson?
Hang on,
it's a big square. It's a giant.
I can bring up the
rectangle.
Google map if you need.
No, listen, Joel. We tried geography once on this show when we were talking about the WFMU, and it was a disaster. We avoid geography.
Look, Canada's huge, and I just don't remember where everything is up in Canada. Like I know where, like Alberta and British Columbia.
It's next door to Alberta. It's right in the middle of the country. It's a giant rectangle. It's a huge flat wheat field. It's so flat that you can watch your dog run away for a week.
And you said you're in Toronto, right?
About an hour west of Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, let's wrap the power hour. Trying something new. We had been talking about having live guests. Unfortunately, his sound didn't work because then we could have had a little bit more interaction with you guys. So I apologize, but I think we're going to do more of that as the show ages because we have run out of topics. Several of the haters have called out that we talk about the same things over and over again. So guilty. But we're going to try to diversify the programming here and get new voices because there are a ton of people out there collecting records for different reasons. And obviously, we just heard a young man who started his own shop, and he's doing it the right way, it looks like. So anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to check out that Red Hot Chili Peppers record he's got.
Well, listen, maybe he'll give you the surface noise discount. Let me know. I'll see if we can arrange, because obviously this is the year of the shill. So I'll see if we can get a discount, a surface noise discount. I have his contact information. I'll let you know.
It's that shipping that's going to kill me.
Well, the shipping. Well, listen, Rob, I didn't know this. And Rob, when I went to the post office, so Rob, if you didn't pick up on this earlier, the Vinylphyle does not go, they don't ship to Canada. So Rob reached out and he's like, hey, mind grabbing one of these and shipping it my way? Of course. I did so. And then when I went to my local post office, I thought it was going to be like $20. It was $38.50 to ship a record from St. Louis, Sex Louis, some of us call it Sex Louis, up to Rob's way. And I felt guilty. I felt terrible. I was like, I sent him a receipt. I'm like, hey man, like basically it's almost doubled up your record. And
I was honestly surprised it was only $35.
Oh, that was a good rate. Well,
shipping here is ridiculous. I mean, our option is Canada Post if we're shipping anywhere, and it's so bloody expensive. To his point, like he said, without tracking, it's $30 to send it. It's another $30 just to add tracking. It's ridiculously expensive. So I am used to anytime I buy something off eBay, anytime I buy something off Discogs, anytime I order something that's coming from the US, I'm fully expecting that the price of the album is going to be double because it is what it is.
Well,
and I'm probably going to have to pay duties on the damn thing when it gets here.
So you said you're not far from Toronto. So that means you're not far from the border.
Correct. So I'm 45 minutes west of Toronto and an hour northwest of Buffalo.
Well, have you thought about getting a postal box, a mailbox?
Yeah.
And once a month you go and collect all the records that you buy that are shipped there from the United States.
I could do that. Yeah, I thought about that.
This sounds like a Netflix.
And this way you don't even pay duties because you just put them in your trunk.
I don't even need a post office box because I'm good friends with Mike, MGK Boston, who lives just across the border in Buffalo. And in fact, his wife's family is from my hometown. So
cool.
We see each other often. If I really needed to, I could send it to his place.
Well, we're giving people ideas. Kevin's here, me, myself, and my vinyl. He says, I wish I was closer to Canada. I could smuggle records into Canada and make a killing.
And I would buy them from you.
So Rob, that opens up, and obviously we didn't have them the whole time, but what other headwinds? Obviously, we don't think about these things because, we're the big bad United States and we don't really have limitations, but obviously the Vinylphyle is a great example. Doesn't ship to Canada. Discogs, you're seeing a lot more people posting saying will not ship internationally. I personally, no shade. I don't do that either. I did, but this is before tariffs and all this international stuff. When I would ship a record to Mexico and lose sight on it, it's exactly kind of what Nick was hinting at. Is like, the seller is kind of screwed if something goes sideways. What other headwinds are you seeing as a record collector in Canada right now?
Well, I mean, I've made a very conscious effort to not buy anything that isn't already available here because shipping is expensive. The exchange rate is expensive. The Canadian dollar is not worth a heck of a lot. And then you usually get hit with duties. So, the duties thing is just another. I'm all for paying taxes. I'm a loyal taxpayer. I appreciate the free healthcare that I have. So I'm all for paying taxes. But I honestly sometimes wonder that the $15 I'm paying on a duty on a $30 record, I go, on top of the shipping and everything else. So those are issues. The Discogs thing is a big problem. A year ago or 2 years ago, you wouldn't see, people would ship anywhere, but there's a lot of listings, does not ship to your country, does not ship to your country. So it really cuts down on what is available. So it's tough. And then stuff like the Vinylphyle thing, that's just, there's no one distributing that here. So
weren't there walkouts and stuff for the Canadian Postal Service not that long ago? I heard they were fighting over, there was a plan in Canada to have community mailboxes. And that's a regular thing here in America. Not everywhere, I'm sure, but where I live it is. And they were fighting over it. The Canadians didn't want it, but I think maybe that would help them lower prices.
Well, they've converted most of the country to community mailboxes. There's still some neighborhoods that get door-to-door delivery. I've got a community mailbox around the corner. It's fine. Canada Post is in horrible trouble. The problem is that it's what we call a crown corporation. It's owned by the government. So they haven't exactly been fiscally responsible, shall we say. And they've also kind of let the union walk all over them. Canada Post employees, no disrespect to any of them that are watching, I have family that works for Canada Post, and they're paid an obscene amount of money. Yeah. And they wonder why no one uses Canada Post anymore. Well, it would, if I were to mail a record from my house to the other end of the city, it's going to cost me $30, which is I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. So people can't afford to use Canada Post anymore. So it's on the verge of going bankrupt, and probably deservedly so.
Rob, we have a drop for that. You ready?
Damn.
It's shipping costs are absolutely obscene. So
$30 a ship.
Hey, look, Grasshopper TV in the comments. $30 is true.
Yeah, he knows. He's a fellow Canadian. He gets it. Yeah, unbelievable.
So there's no media mail.
Nope.
No media mail.
Nope. Man. Nope.
That's crazy.
Have you thought about starting a support group for Canadian record collectors? Because we can mobilize and change the world if we really want to. Rob, let us know.
Yeah, we just bitch about this on my Wednesday night show. So
it just seems like the internet's made this, such a global thing where people around the world were closer than ever, but the governments and the mail and everything else hasn't caught up. They're going in the wrong direction. They're making things harder and harder to connect.
Well, that's the cool thing and the bad thing, right? I mean, I've always been a record guy, even when I was a teenager in the 90s, and there's just so much more available now. You can get stuff from anywhere, and I think, Chance, you've said this before, there's no such thing as a rare record. There's just an expensive record, right? Because anything is available if you're willing to pay enough for it. And the internet has made that a possibility. It's the logistics of, I want that thing that I've been looking for, but, by the time I get it where it needs to go, it is not always an option.
So we do. Here's the good news, Rob. We do have a postal worker here in the States, Alan Always. Hopefully that's okay. Revealing your true identity, Alan, that you're a postal worker, but he does it himself. He says, as a USPS guy here, it's sad to hear The Canadian postal system sucks. And he used a frown typing. So that means it really is sad. So,
Yep.
Alan, help this guy.
It does. And I don't blame the people that work for Canada Post, but it's a broken system.
Oh my gosh,
Alan, you wish you lived up there because you probably get paid like 3 times as much.
You'd be like an emperor, Alan. Apparently, that's a job to have. Chilled Pine says, I ordered the Hendrick UHQR once upon a time. It's up here in Canada, $225 US when it's all said and done. Never again. Listen, we know a guy in Salina. We need to. This is where we storm the gates, guys. As we go to Salina and we work on this and make that Canadian pipeline a lot more pure. Like we make the signal pure. Wyatt, see what I did there? I watch your stuff. Yeah. Anyway, well, Rob, maybe we'll talk more Canada vinyl collecting blues in the second hour, but let's wrap the power hour because we got other things going on. I want to thank my guests. Obviously, Rob, strong showing for your Surface Noise debut. I want to thank you for joining us. Don't leave because we do another hour of the show. So, yeah. Rob, thanks for joining us. Kendall, Mr. St. Louis adjacent. Kendall, the Spin Doctor and his Vinyl Mayhem. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Static ATX Records, if you're scoring at home. When's the next sale, Joel? Because that's what the people want to know. Is there going to be another? Because, that Foo Fighters record for $15, I mean, that's the move. Jose would have bought one, and he hates the Foo Fighters, but for $15, he would have bought one.
It's continuing. I'm not going to end it. I'm just going to keep putting things into those buckets until I'm trying to get my inventory down. I bought too many. So when it gets down in a month or 2 or 3 or whatever long it takes, I'm continuing to add more titles. I'm going to space out the announcements so I don't bug people. So when I've added probably another 20 or so since the last announcement. Once I maybe reach another 20 or whatever, I'll probably make another official announcement, get people going and looking. But yeah, there's more news about the store. I'm going to change some more things in the store. So this is all part of a long-term plan.
Nice. Well, maybe we'll get into that in that second hour. But Joel, thank you for showing up and showing out on Surface Noise. And then,
thanks for having me.
Of course, and then listen, I'm going to pay the license for this anyway. So he came back, he brought the goods. He's got more stories. So Mazzy, if you haven't fallen asleep with the 7 martinis yet, Arnaldo, we're going to get into where you've been and what you've been up to. Fidelios_frequency. Don't forget the channel. He's been out of commission for a minute, but Arnaldo, thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Oh, thanks for having me. Have a good night, guys.
All right, and then we do this. So, Rob, this is what we call the transition right here. I do have to read this. I know we were just talking about the grievances with the Canadian Postal Service. Resident Canadian Bobby Gass, friend of the show, icon, dare I say icon in the vinyl community, said, yeah, the post office here is terrible. The union ruined it. I worked at the post office and was told by the union rep to slow down. I work hard. I work too hard. He then got management to get me to slow down crazy. That's terrible. Listen, Bobby, thank you for sharing your story. I think it's an example that the man cannot be trusted, especially when you got too much government overreach. I almost said it like a Canadian. Government overreach. See that, Rob? Rubbing off on me. Well, bonus tracks is here. It's been a minute. Obviously, we just took 1 week off, but Arnaldo took several weeks off. So let's do a little catch up. I know a couple panelists have been traveling. Arnaldo, I'll start with you since you are our highest paid member of the dais, and I'm contractually obligated to feature you for at least one segment per show. Where did you go? What records did you find? And how much money is Mazzy expecting you to get of that $3 he sent me earlier?
It was a long, I don't want to say a long trip because I was also working remote. I have, the fortune to be able to work remote So I went back to Italy to visit family, and on my way there, I made a nice stop at Barcelona and saw some sites, visited a couple record stores, picked up a few things, and then on the way back, I stopped again in Amsterdam and visited a few shops that I visited last year. Amsterdam is a great city to do record shopping. I think I may have cleaned out last time, so that's why there weren't that many records left for me to buy. But I did pick up a couple things. I think I only got 2 records in Amsterdam, and they weren't even at a proper record store. There is this outside market, which is more of a book market. And last year, I remembered what day I went, and it's only once a week, and happened to be there on the Friday. And there's a guy that, apart from selling books, he also has a few crates of records, which are always very nice, very good selection. So I picked up, and like incredibly cheap. I think the guy's selling off his collection. That's what I gathered last year, and because it's like 3 crates of records, and mostly he has books, but it's a nice selection of records. So I found a few things that I liked.
Do you have anything to show us, or can you?
Yes, I do. But I may have to go
feverishly asking. This is the show of record. We got to show records.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk away for a second and then come back with the goods.
All right. Well, so in the interim, we're going to toss it to Kendall, because Kendall also took a whirlwind trip. Hang on. Oh, I got both of you grabbed. Hang on a second. There we go. What's happening? I've broken this. Hang on. I got to get out of here. We're having technical difficulties, guys. Hang on. Now, I'm going to do this. There he is. Boom. So, Kendall, you were in St. Louis over the weekend. Long planned trip. Rumor has it that you hung out with the immortal Concert Buddy. Tell us, what did you think of our city? Did you enjoy the bathroom scene and all the record stores? And would you return again?
So, contrary to popular belief, I did not go to the bathroom at every single store that we went to.
Listen, it was a science experiment. He was testing the plumbing, and it was only about 60% of the stores we went to, if I'm being honest.
That is just a rumor. That I believe I only went to the bathroom at, well, I guess technically 2 stores. That would be Riverbend and Gold Pan. Which,
well, see, I'm going to call out something. Those are both Illinois stores. So you did Missouri.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm seeing a theme here that you decided to lay.
No, wait. I take that back. I did go to the bathroom at Euclid as well.
Oh, so you went and got the key. I mean, you must have had to really go if you had to go, because Euclid, you have to get the key, like you
have to get the
gas
key.
Station situation. But
to be fair, I just got the key from Brian. We just switched. So
switch or change it. Anyway,
yeah.
So bathroom scene.
Yeah. Anyway,
what did you think of the record store scene here? And don't hold back, because obviously you're a traveler. I have to watch what I say because I see these guys all the time.
all in all, I mean, I was very happy. I didn't buy at every store. There were a few I did not buy at. I did not buy at Vintage, or as it has been, we've properly renamed reissue vinyl, or
new vintage vinyl. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Vinyl. Yeah, Brandon, yes. Mr. Hall of Fame. That's his. We have to give him credit.
That's right.
He's the OG of the VC, and he appropriately named them because there's so much new vinyl in there that the vintage name has fallen on tough times.
Yes, and I did meet Brandon on Sunday, by the way.
Oh, great, good.
Yeah, so I did get the chance to meet him.
Good. He's tall. He's a tall one.
Yes, he's taller than I am. So, and I'm not short by any means. So,
and I bet you didn't know this, but he's black. I don't know if you knew that. Probably should have warned you.
Is that what color that is? Okay. I had no idea.
Yeah.
No, anyway, he's a good dude, man.
He's a great dude.
Yeah. So
what kind of records? You said that you were given an ultimatum at the airport to check one of your bags, and you said "over my dead body," and that was the record with the bag with the records. You refused,
Yes.
check your record bag. Was that because you had a lot of great records, or what?
I had a wide variety of records. I mean, I ended up coming home with, I think, 13 records. So I did quite a bit of spending. Was very happy.
Kendall, have you ever thought about this? Friend of the show, Sonic PVC. This may be the line of the night. Says, "I just wear a diaper when I go digging."
I mean,
Joel, have you thought about this one? Have you thought about wearing like adult diapers to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the good records?
Dude, why even use a diaper? Just,
well,
we can just go outside the store for a minute and go wherever.
Well, I will say this: when we were in oh geez, I've already forgotten the name of it.
Rhymes with. We'll do like charades. Rhymes with
the one with all the 45s. Record exchange.
Yes,
I needed something in there because I thought I was gonna die in there.
All right. First of all, for the uninitiated, Record Exchange used to have, and shout out to the Hafners. They used to have 9 locations in the area. They consolidated them during, like Nick was talking about, the vinyl changes, CDs in the 90s, etc. So now they have one central location. It used to be a library. It can get warm in there. And I warned Kendall. Kendall and Brian, who was with us, had never been there. And so I warned them, when you walk out of there, it will be cooler outside than when you were inside. And they didn't believe me. And
no, I did not say I did not believe you. I did not say that. But upstairs was definitely much worse than downstairs. Now,
so we go upstairs because that's where there's over 1,045,000. You got to see it, right? Like Rojas team, I take everybody there just so they see this because it's a spectacle. But it's hotter than Hades, and you got to earn it. You got to really, you got to have the stones to be a deep down crate digger to just sweat, and it's incredible. So Kendall and Brian both are up, and they tried. I
found what I was looking for. He found what
he was looking for, and then he had to tap out because he was sweating like a promiscuous lady in church on Sunday, as they like to say.
But I will say this: it rained that day, and it was warm outside. It wasn't, very cold, but it was, probably 80 degrees to start with. Then the rain kind of cooled it down, but it was easily 90 degrees inside that place. But as soon as we stepped outside, it felt like it was 50 degrees outside.
It was like air conditioning. You're walking outside. It feels like air conditioning blasts you. It's
yes, it was incredible how good it felt.
Well, tell us real quick before we go back to Arnaldo and see his score. What were the highlight scores? Wyatt would like to know.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, my highlight scores would be fine. So at Euclid, I was pretty stoked to find this. This is Luther Allison, Luther's Blues. It's a white label promo with the promo sticker on it. Just some really great Chicago blues. It wasn't very expensive, but it was just cool to find. Let's see. This is just something you don't see very often. What was the second store we went to? Crud.
Dead Wax. You go
No, that was the fourth store.
Planet Score. Sorry, Planet Score. Yes.
Yeah. So Planet Score was pretty cool. This is just something you really don't see at all. It's never been reissued. This is Elton John's Greatest Hits Volume 3, and this was actually still sealed whenever I found it. And for all those that think Elton John 80s albums suck, most of them do, but there are a few good songs on them.
Correct.
All the good ones.
Yeah.
All the good ones are on this record. So all you need is this, if you can ever find it. Just a couple more real quick I'll show.
Sure.
This was also at that store. This is Buddy Guy. This is an original Still in the Shrink on the Vanguard label. Very awesome live album. Just a great album. Oh yeah, and there's the sticker too for Planet Score. I knew I had one somewhere.
Nice.
Then let's see, where's it at? Trying to find. Here it is. Dead Wax. Dead Wax probably was the best, not the best, but was definitely one of my favorites.
I told you, Jeremy. I tell everybody, Jeremy, best curated shop in St. Louis proper. Come on.
Yeah, and I found this. This is an original Alan Jackson. Here in the real world, definitely not a album you see very often. It's never been reissued either, so very cool to find this. And this thing was just absolutely in excellent condition. I mean, vinyl cover, everything. Got it at a very good price as well, so I was very happy about that. And then
It's
You
not
definitely
side
don't hear
note.
enough about
Jeremy,
country
Jeremy
music.
was kind of side note. Jeremy was kind enough at Dead Wax to let us look at the understorage too.
yes,
Stuff
yes.
they hadn't even put out yet. So shout out to Jeremy and Jake on that one. Sorry, Joel, you were
Very.
saying?
We just don't hear enough people talking about country music in the VC, you know.
This is true. This is
It's
true.
actually very
one
true.
It's one of the underreported things. Billy Hurst is probably the deacon of country information, but he only makes videos for the shop now.
And speaking of country, on Sunday, Brian and I went to the Vinyl Zone, and I also found an original Clint Black, so I can get rid of my VMP reissue. So
Kendall, there's commentary about your headset. They think you look like a telemarketer. Is there a clapback that we can give back to these guys? He just wants to sound good, guys. I mean, Joel's got a headset, but he's not taking a to-go order here like Kendall.
But to be fair, this was one of my old work ones, and no, I'm not a telemarketer, but
Fake news.
Yeah.
Rob, I know you're thinking it, and he's not going to sell you boner pills. I know it, so we're just stopping it.
So, but those were just some of the things that I got. So I will be making a video later on down the road about all the other stuff.
Before we toss it back to Arnaldo, I do want to give you some flowers. They call me the florist. So we went to one shop, and Kendall pulled a record, and he's like, I think you need this. And I didn't even know this existed. So this Jerry Lawler, the king, literally the king of Memphis, he made not one but two music albums on Starburst Records. So being that I'm a professional wrestling mark, there was no way I was leaving the store, even though technically they're a little overpriced. I'm going to be honest. I knew that it's one of those things where better leave with me than leave with somebody else. So shout out to Kendall for putting that record, because he could have just kept it for himself and be rocking with the king right now, but he brought it to the Vinyl King. He brought the king to the Vinyl King. Is that right? That's for the haters enjoy.
Because I was seriously thinking about grabbing it for myself, but I also know that you have more of that kind of stuff in your collection than I do. Not that I don't have any.
Goofy shit, goofy shit, absolutely.
But you have more, so I figured giving it to you would be more.
That was the St. Louis tithing. You were tithing at the altar of the king of St. Louis. Fluffy says this is also news to him. See, you learned something. Again, Surface Noise's mantra is what? Inform, entertain, and complain. So we're hitting them in spades today, guys. This is what we do. Arnaldo, are you ready? Mazzy, have you blacked out yet? Because this segment was requested by you and the $3 dono. This is for the show of the people. So this is for Norman.
All right. So Barcelona, like you guys were talking about the heat. The heat that was in Barcelona was unheard of. It was probably like 95 degrees and like 200 humidity. At 1 o'clock at night, you're sweating when you're walking in the street. So I went to one record store that the downstairs had somewhat AC, and then they have like this mezzanine second floor. Man, I could not flip through records fast enough. The sweat was just coming down like my entire face until I found the place where the vent was. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to browse through these so I could cool down. But if I was up there for like 15 minutes, it was a lot. I took some footage, and you guys are getting the preview of the records because I haven't put together the video yet. But I got some very interesting footage of that store because probably it had like the coolest murals that I have ever seen in any record store, just painted all over the place, all over the store. I forgot. I think the name of it was Revolver. I think it was Revolver. Yeah. I didn't buy anything there because there was nothing really that I really needed from the store. So other records, I think I saw maybe 5 or 6 record stores on the days that I was there. And one of them, I think it's called Redondos, Discos Redondos. I picked up 2 records where after, you know how you flip through the sections that you are targeting any specific releases and you come up, empty-handed. Then you go to the new arrival sections and bam, there was like 2 records and I was like, okay, this is on the way out. I thought I was going to go leave empty-handed. And I found these 2 things. Now, the funny thing about this is the first one's an Italian artist. His name is Zucchero, known also as Sugar. This is probably one of his most popular albums. I think it came out in the early 90s. And I've been to Italy many times, and every time I come across a copy of this record, it's always beat up. Like, it's well loved. Everyone loved this record. Everyone played it. And lo and behold, in Spain, I found a very good copy, VG Plus copy. So I was very happy. A very affordable price too. And something that I never see here in the United States, because it never came out in the United States, it was only issued in Europe on vinyl, and that is the soundtrack to Twin Peaks, both at the same location, at the same store. So cool score there. And on the way out, in the window of all places, another record store, which I think is called Discos Paradisos. I think that's what it was. I got to do my homework.
Yeah.
I left behind one record because when I went to the listening station, he had warned me. It's like, it's not the best copy. It was a Massive Attack. And I was like, man, it's such a shame that it doesn't sound that good. So on the way out, on the wall close by the window, I come across One Hot Minute by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've never seen this at a record store or anywhere else in the United States. Probably because this only came out in Europe, right?
I believe the original. So you're talking, 96, 95. Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, 95 or 96. I don't remember.
I think you're right, 95.
I
Yeah,
just wasn't out in the U.S. on vinyl, so couldn't pass this one up.
I don't know if you knew this, Arnaldo, but Mrs. Carmen Electra, Dave Navarro, was the guitar player on that album.
Yes, one album and then kicked out. Why? For his drug addiction. And then
you just say no, kids.
And then they bring back the other guy who is a much better guitar player. I love John Frusciante, and I think he fits into the Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot better than Dave Navarro.
Side note, didn't intend for this, but I recently heard something. Was John Frusciante, the urban legend is John Frusciante is the one who gave River Phoenix the drugs that killed him that night at the Johnny Depp's club. Because apparently Flea was there. I know that as part of the recitation of the story, but the rumor is Frusciante is the one who gave him the drugs, the speedball or whatever he took. But then apparently River Phoenix's dad came out right after that and said some really mean things about Frusciante. Again, check it out on your own time. I had no idea if this is even true. Have you guys heard this?
This is the story, and Frusciante went into hiding right after that because he was afraid he was going to get arrested. Yeah, so it was kind of.
I had no idea. I didn't know this part of the legend. Yeah,
I didn't know it either.
But Frusciante's had his own problems. I think that's one of the reasons why he left the Red Hot Chili Peppers for a minute.
The first time. Yep.
Yeah. And I'll never forget seeing interview on, I think it was either VH1 or MTV. And poor guy, he was like, you can tell he was not well. So while we're talking about Dave Navarro,
You got a Dave Navarro record? Oh shit!
No, I got something close enough.
James.
Jane's Addiction, which is the U.S. copy, but I find it in Spain. So that was a cool find. And then over to Amsterdam. That's all I picked up in Spain, in Barcelona. Even though I went to quite a few record stores, I walked out empty-handed because that much that was, that I was interested in.
Hey, just real quickly, you mentioned they do those open air markets in Amsterdam. They do them in Barcelona too. They may not have been doing one when you were there, but I found some cool stuff at one last time I was there.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I didn't come across any, and I walked a lot in Barcelona, so could have been bad timing. And in Amsterdam, I picked up at the book market 2 records. One, I was surprised to see the Scott Walker Climate of Hunter. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Scott Walker's work. This is like right before, because he transitioned from like this crooner from his Walker Brothers period in the late 60s, early 70s. He put out 4 records that were kind of like moving away from the crooner, and this is the turning point when he started to go really weird. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the album Tilt. This is, I think, the album that came right before it, and it shows already how he was shifting in terms of becoming more experimental, much more like a darker tone of music. And then something that I debated whether getting because this guy must have loved Ricky Lee Jones. He had both an original EU and the analog productions of this Ricky Lee Jones album. And I opted for the reissue because I think it's a pretty long record. No, actually it's a single disc. So I don't know why. I think I looked at the reviews online and many people were saying what a great job Analog Productions did on this one. And yeah, this has the cover of David Bowie's Rebel Rebel on it. And they were incredibly cheap, so I couldn't pass them up.
Nice.
And then the last record I bought was a new record at another store probably the last record store I went to in Amsterdam. And it is a new release by an Italian group, which are pretty popular in Europe. And I think some of their records are distributed here. I actually bought 2 of the records here. The name of the group is called New Genea, and they do like funk, like retro funk, disco. I haven't listened to it yet, it's still sealed. So usually they're really harder and pricier to find here in the United States. So I figured I'd pick this one up while I was there.
Nice.
And that's all I got.
So the question is, and this is a good question, Anthony Burke asks, how do you guys travel back from overseas with your records? In the hand luggage, ? Arnaldo?
It was in the trusty Selector bag.
Okay, Selector bag. Selector, if you want to sponsor us,
yes,
we're okay with that. Send us all samples. We will definitely test the shit out of it.
Selector bag, which is padded, that goes inside the carry-on luggage, which comes on the plane. Well, they both come on the plane, but I have better sight of the luggage, and the handling of the luggage that goes in the overhead.
Yep. Control of the luggage. Yes.
Yeah. But one time I was coming back. This was a few years ago. Finally decided to bring back the BC-13.
Yeah,
that
the
I had
Beatles box. Yep.
Here I am putting it inside the carry-on, and I get stopped by the flight attendant that sees me putting this bag up in the overhead, even though it fits. She's like, "Oh no, that can't stay there. That has to go in the checked." I'm like, "What? Like, no, you can't." He's like, "Yes, I can." And Walter's like, "No, Blade, don't fight, or we're going to miss the flight." And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
That had to be the longest flight of all time.
Dang.
Yeah, it made it out.
Okay, good.
All in one piece. So yes. So I prefer in the overhead luggage usually.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I like to keep them in my backpack. I'll bring a box, put it in my backpack that fits in my box, and then that goes into the under. So it's like literally in my sight. Like it's, I'm very neurotic when I travel.
To answer me myself, my vinyl.
Kevin. No more. Oh, no Smiths or Morrissey. No Smiths or Morrissey.
Every time I go to Amsterdam, I've been there twice. There are certain Dutch releases that are exclusive only to the Netherlands. I've never found one. They're impossible to find in the Netherlands. So yes, they're on my want list, and they're exclusive to the Netherlands, or at least they were back in the 80s. They're really hard to find. I mean, in general, Smith's records are not that easy to find anymore, at least the used ones.
Oh, no. Michael Elliott says it was a failed trip then. If you didn't bring back the Smiths or Morrissey, a failed trip.
I can't say that, because the things that are missing in my collection are very, very hard to find to begin with. So, I don't know. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack, right? Whoever has them will put them on eBay or on Discogs because they know. No, I mean, if you know what you have, you're not going to give it away at 30% of Discogs to a record store who's going to mark it up. Right? So
I'm with you. Vinyl Drinks Game. Sean is here. He says, hardcore Red Hot Chili Pepper fans should check out the band Toby Red. It's a local Detroit punk garage band that Chad Smith was in before joining the Chili Peppers. Did 2 albums and a few singles. All very good. So appreciate the Rico, Sean. Good stuff.
So I didn't plan to show this, but this is where does this look familiar?
Oh, Wawa. Yeah, I went to Wawa. I think
I bought this bag when I was there.
I got the Jane's Addiction. I found at Wawa.
Yeah. So I brought this record back. This is what I travel with. I got it in Barcelona.
I thought that was a bulletproof vest when he first pulled it up. I to be honest, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was Kevlar. It looked Kevlar to me, but
Oh, I was going to ask you, Arnaldo, though. So you mentioned Netherlands and Barcelona, but you didn't mention Italy. You were there. They don't have good record stores there?
The town that I'm in, which is my hometown, I visit their friends that have a record store. I didn't get anything because, I know their inventory. I know that if they have something that I want, I mean, the owner is probably both of them. But one in particular is probably one of the biggest record collectors of he was still buying records up until the 2000s, refused to convert to CDs. So he's got all the 90s records that we all want, your Nirvana, Jeff Buckley, all of these Smashing Pumpkins, all
Weird Al, some of
not Weird Al, but yeah, Oasis, Blur, all of them.
I like
He's not selling them?
No, he's not. He's not selling them. I tried last year. I'm like, any chance you want to, give one of them up? He's like, no, I'm keeping them. I'm like, but you're not listening to them. You enjoyed them already. Like, no, I'm keeping them.
I like that mind trick. I like that.
Because he listens to so much music that he probably hasn't listened to those records in 20 years, not even pulled them out of the shelf. So, yeah, I don't know how he parted. I think he had to buy a new refrigerator a few years ago, and he pulled out the Smashing Pumpkins and that he sold. He was like, I need to get a new, so I had to give that one up. But
oh man, wow. Hey Rob, we got a shout out. Cool Blue Rodeo shirt. Love that band. See, Rob, your moment is here.
There you go.
Getting praise, getting flowers for Blue Rodeo, which we know is one of your favorite bands. Dig it. All right, guys. Well, we have a little bit of time. We have one more. We have a topic that, quite frankly, done a terrible job of elevating, but I think we had to let it mature, and that is alternate places to find vinyl. I've mentioned them before, at least this first one, on the show in passing. Not that I've used them, but just I was aware of them. And first one that we're going to talk about is a website/app called Dead Format. Before I mentioned it for the show, had any of you guys heard of Dead Format before?
Yeah.
Never heard of it. Before
Joel, you said yes?
Yeah, they've done their soliciting, trying to get people to sell on there.
Oh, so they were trying to get you to sell on there? They were telling us.
Well, I don't think like specifically me, but I have emails from them like trying to get people to sell on there. And I think it was months ago. I don't think this is new.
No, this isn't new, but I don't think we've really talked about it. Like I said, like when we've talked about where else, if there's competition to Discogs, I think is where this kind of was living under, even though I think we all can agree Discogs kind of has a gigantic head start. But I was aware of this app. I have downloaded. Like I said, I've never purchased anything from it. Since we're showing it, I did want at least, and this is the web version. I think they probably put more muscle into their app, if I'm guessing, just based on, probably their investment in terms of overhead and so forth. But I mean, the website looks pretty turnkey. I will say I wasn't exact, and again, this is just me casually dipping my toes in here, looking for a couple of records that I just never find anywhere. Don't find them here, if I'm being honest either. But it's okay. This is more of a public service announcement. If you're interested in exploring dead format, obviously you can click and choose a similar, I wouldn't say similar to Discogs, but at least the same kind of search criteria if you're looking for 10 inches or 7 inches or box sets, Brian Glick's favorite box sets. I wasn't really sure how this collection thing, I guess this is their social media thing where they're just like, people are posting things. Kendall, your comment before we started was you thought it had a lot of similarities to the Spins app, friend of the show, Spins Vinyl. Is that consistent?
Yeah, like I was noticing because I downloaded it too earlier today, and it had a lot of the same type of things as the Spins app, like with the community thing where you can download or post what you're listening to with and like have other people see, and then it had like search for stores, and it didn't so much have a buddy system, but it just had like a lot of the same type of things that I'd noticed the Spins app kind of had too. Now Spins app had more, I will say that.
Sure.
But you could import your Discogs stuff, as well. So I mean, when we say take the place of Discogs, obviously it's not doing that because it still uses the same database that Discogs is using as well. So, but it's just another one of those things.
It's another option, right? Another option.
So I did like the marketplace thing a little bit, though, just because it did show people showing their records that you could buy.
Pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like there's pictures with the grading and all that kind of stuff compared to on Discogs where you're not really seeing it. Which, granted, I know now on Discogs, you can put the pictures in, but this was just more of, but this is more of a right there, right then thing.
I haven't had a chance to browse around or learn about like what are their fees regarding the sell, the listing.
That I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't bought anything. I haven't converted on here yet, but I will say, I thought this is to your point, Kendall. I thought this is an interesting feature. If you want to relive the late '90s and early 2000s and go to message boards, or if you're just tired of the Hoffman forums, apparently this was a feature that a lot of people were asking for? ? If you want to talk records on the dead format forums, knock yourself out. I don't know if I'll be spending any time here, but hey, more power to them. But another place. There's all these little kind of like elbows out there in the internet of places that sell records. I would consider this more akin to that than saying it's a rival or potential rival to Discogs. Like Discogs is just like light years ahead of where these guys are. But I've tossed them. Again, I knew of them, but like I said, I haven't bought anything from them. So I'm not really just making people aware because, again, inform, entertain, and complain. But That's not all. That's not all, guys. Friend of the show, Dom, he was here earlier. I watched his one of his latest videos. It was a great title, The Discogs Complaint Department. I wish I had thought of that. What a great lead. Discogs Complaint Department. I need to trademark that. But he was talking about, and I don't know if it's a friend of his. Let me pull this up. The channel is Hot Biscuits. Great name. And apparently this is another website that is selling vinyl. I don't know if it's just his stuff. I didn't pick up on that, but it's called flipped.fm. Flipped.fm. And let me it would help if I show it. It has like a big lead page. Yeah, Hot Biscuits. Here he is. Hot Biscuits. So I'm assuming, because he founded this, I'm assuming he is selling a lot of the records. So you have like a curated drop, and it looks like now these are I don't know if these are the records everyone's looking for. Again, new information, but here we go. Now we're thinking, oh, this is we're getting a lot of traffic because of surface noise. I'm sure there's no doubt that we're jamming the servers. We'll see what happens. Hot Biscuits. We're trying to give you the rub, but the site is stalling, as they like to say, stalling. Well, this is making for great television. Let's see here. Let's go here. So here's the listings page. Oh, shit. They have the Buster Williams record. Look at this. Is this the... Oh, sold by Billy Bob. Billy Bob, a friend of the show, is selling records on flipped.fm.
Wait, is that the original or the RSD?
Well, we're about to find out. It looks like... This looks like the reissue to me. See how clean that jacket is? But you can't zoom in on this, unfortunately.
What did the notes say?
I was about to say, does it say anything in the description or whatever?
It's a Scorpio reissue from the early 2000s, not an
so
original.
It's not even the RSD.
Yeah. So, hey, at least they disclose that. At least they disclose that.
I don't know. It's a lot of. It looks like Facebook Marketplace. No offense.
Why do you hate Facebook, Arnaldo?
Because it's for, selling couches and dining room tables and rugs and everything.
Oh shit.
Oh, look, a sweater.
hang on. Hot Biscuits himself is selling a vintage Miles Davis polo sweater. Eat that, Discogs. Look at that. We got some clothing on here. Amazing. $167.98. Holy shit. Look at this. Rob, can you get this for me for Christmas? It's a large. I may have to squeeze into it, but
so the thing that I don't understand about both of these sites, how can you go up against Discogs and eBay?
It's a big hill to climb. There's no doubt about it.
No, that's apart from the information, the database that you don't have that's from Discogs, right? That is thanks to us, right? It's not open that can of worms, but
correct.
The visibility, the whole platform, and it's
Arnaldo,
really,
I can help you out with this.
It's really hard.
There's two things. One, obviously, Discogs has been around over a decade, right? Almost 2 decades.
Right.
So no one's gonna supplant Discogs anytime soon. But the thing is, with the onslaught of AI, it's making it easier for people to create things like this. And the reality is you have to put pressure on Discogs. You know what I mean? Like competition.
Competition. Yeah, competition breeds innovation. Exactly right.
Yeah. So we need something because Discogs is lazy. So if Discogs thinks
all I'm saying is, like Chance said, it's a very uphill battle. They've got so much.
One day
they're light years ahead in terms of let's call it quote unquote recognition. People are familiar with it, at least in the vinyl purchasing kind of niche. But
if everybody thought like that, no one would open up a store. They'd be like, oh, there's already a store. It's been around a while.
I get it. Do you see anyone coming up with another Wikipedia?
Well, there's no need, right? No one even uses the existing Wikipedia, really. So the point is I fully support people coming up with their other ideas. Let's see if they get traction. You know, all these sites are the same.
I
They
get it.
need people selling on them. They need people buying on them. You know, if you're encouraged by it and you have some energy, you know, you should try it. They're all giving deals on fees. I tried to find my email from Dead Form and I couldn't find it, but all these sites they're giving sellers like fire sales on fee
Yeah, I mean,
discounts.
I'll definitely check them out now because the fees on Discogs are just ridiculous.
They're pricing themselves out, but again, they have such a head start that they are the game in town. Guys, I got to ask this. This record, I never even heard of this. Antique Sorcery. Is this the original founder of the vinyl community? Look at this guy. I think this guy created the vinyl community on YouTube. We say Brandon is one of the OGs and Derek Higgins and these folks, but this guy. And my favorite part, what label is it on, Kendall? Funny Records. I never even heard of that label. That's amazing. Can't make this up. So I don't know, but this is a late addition to the conversation, guys, only because I saw Dom talking about it on his video. Again, Discogs complaint department. I wish I had thought of that first. So Dom, shout out to you there. But you know, again, I think there's a lot of these little places out there. I think the more we at least talk about them, and you know, maybe can buy some records from them. Maybe we can make the change in the world that we want from Discogs. Exactly what you're saying, Joel. But anywho,
Absolutely.
Joel, how are things going at Static ATX Records? I know I was talking about that 50% off Foo Fighters record. How did the sale this weekend go, and what are some of these changes you're talking about for the shop? Can you tell us here at Surface Noise? Again, we are the show of record talking records. If you're going to break news, this is the place to do it.
Well, I mean, it's besides the initial hiccup, there was like a bug with the prices showing up properly in the cart. But once I fixed that, it did great. I mean, the reality is like summer is like the slow time for buying records. That's why record stores everywhere are like stepping up their game, like promoting things, trying to get some money moving. So the sale is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. I'm selling stuff, and the change is basically like you know, there's some things I'm not going to talk about, but one thing I will talk about is I have a lot of used records, and I just have not. I've been focused on some other things, on getting them out into the store, getting them on the website, all of that. I'm working on it. I'm going to start shifting my focus a little bit more that way. Because right now, like, I got a storage unit filled with stuff. I got a back room filled with stuff. I got boxes all over the store. People are tripping over them and stuff. So I have to kind of start focusing on that a little bit more. And yeah, and then I have some other stuff going on. But we just hit our 1 year anniversary at the end of last month of the physical store. And we signed another year, so I'll be there for at least another year. And then we'll see what happens.
Nice. Are you going to put used records on the website? I got to ask. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like the easiest way to do it, because I'm that guy. Like I like when you have thousands of them, I get like filled with anxiety of like I want to get all 1,000 on there, and I just have to like tell myself like, Joel, one at a time, dude. Just put one on there, then another one. Eventually, they'll all get on there. You know, don't try to go, you know, too crazy. So that's what I'm going to do. I do have to figure out like one thing of like, you know, if you put them on, it's one thing to put them on the website. I'm not going to put them on Discogs because it makes it hard. Like if you're doing a bunch of sales, like make sure you're not overselling things and whatnot.
So Stevie's in the chat. Yeah. He insisted that I show this page of the website. Look, the deals are still there. Look, there's that Foo Fighter record, $14.50 now. It's even cheaper. Kendall, what are you waiting for? Get the credit card out. Come on, man.
Well, I'm actually on his website now, looking to see what I can find.
Let's support this guy. He is a Surface Noise 2-time member. And like I said, I had it in my cart, but then the sale ran out, and I was like, I don't know if I could pay $30 for this record. But now it's $14.50.
Wait, the sale shouldn't have run out.
My price changed in cart on Monday. I can't testify to that.
Yeah, so that was the bug. Like if you basically mixed clearance items, it like the price would be there and then it would disappear. So I fixed that, so it shouldn't happen anymore.
What is there any codes you can give Surface Noise listeners that they can stack? Not only are you getting 50% off, but can you get like a T-shirt, or can you get like a sticker, or maybe another 20% off? Joel, make the people happy. Come on.
Hell no, it's enough just what you're seeing there. No, but here's the cool thing, right? So I was looking at my inventory and I set some rules about quantity, last sales, and some other rules, and that's how I determined what the percent off meant. And I saw some surprising things. Like one of the biggest surprises was, in order for something to be 50% off initially, I've added some things after that, but the initial batch, I had to have over 2 copies, and I had to have no sales in the store of that record for a year, for 12 full months. And all these Depeche Mode records are on there, and a bunch of others. And it was kind of surprising to me. I was like, wow, I've not sold any of these Depeche Mode records. And I thought, like, is this Strokes record, the new Strokes record, is it 20% off? Do you think that should be more? It sounds like ass. To quote Jose, I've listened to it. It sounds like ass. I marked it down. I did mark it down because like everyone's just talking shit about it. So like if there is a fan, and I just want to get rid of the copies that I have because everyone's just so negative about it.
Listen, Cesar is the biggest.
I'm not negative. I am not negative about it.
Hang on, but did you get?
If I knew you had it on sale, I wouldn't have picked it up yesterday.
Oh no! Oh
dang,
no.
Bummer!
What a slap in the face to Joel. Joel's on the edge of shuttering his doors, and Arnaldo's.
I didn't know, man.
Gosh,
I'm going through your website now.
Yeah.
Did you keep the receipt on the other one, Arnaldo? You need to return it and buy Joel's copy, because you just heard Joel. Like his kids can't eat right now. He's literally like hand to mouth at the store. Come on.
So to high rant, I do have one used record on the site. I'm gonna be.
Oh yeah, there. Yeah, he's exactly right, because I found it. That's why I asked. Here, let's go. Use record. It says use records, Joel, but it's use record one. Single.
And it's here's the thing. It's on Jose's label.
Oh no, Jose!
Oh wow,
Jose, that's what you get for not showing up.
That record was actually Groove Seekers. So, and he gave it to me, and then it ended up here. So it's getting passed around.
Oh my God, this is like the vinyl community venereal disease. Elliot, where are you? I think VCVD was your creation, but
holy shit, traveling pants.
I mean, wow. So Joel, if I send you VCLT, is this where it's going to end up, on the used record page of ATX Records?
It might.
Oh no, I hate to hear it. But no, and bad jokes aside, Joel does have a pretty clean site. I'll give him this. That's why I'm selfishly hoping that more used records show up, because that's usually my.
Me too.
But
I have to, because like here's something, like, so the stores in Liberty Hill, there's just not enough people. I have way too many records, and there's not enough people buying them. So I sell a lot more online than I do in the store. I wish it was the opposite. So 2 things that are changing is more is going on the website. All the used stuff is going on the website. And the second is I'm probably going to move the store in a year to a more populous area, because
hang on, you just signed a lease though. What isn't that what you said?
Well, yeah. Well, I have a year to go. I have 11 months to go, and then I can move it. And I'm looking for places to move it to.
Unbelievable. Poor Jose. Jose's not even here to defend himself. I mean, I think that may break his heart. We're not going to talk about that one again.
Well, I have a bunch of Jose's records that aren't used on the site too, if you want new ones.
Well, let's shop there. Let's do some shopping real quick. We got 2 minutes. Let's see. Aurora Central, because I am the vice president of logistics, customer service, and janitorial sciences at Aurora Central. Look at this. Oh, this is in the sale. You got a $10 record here. Whatever that Max Colic. I'm showing my Jefferson Countyism here. Yeah,
look at this. Some of them in the clearance sale.
Oh no, Jose, hide your eyes. I hope that Joel's going to claw back some of that investment. Can I ask, is Jose doing the same thing with you, where he's selling them on consignment, basically?
No, I bought
You
them
bought
outright.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I want to
didn't know.
buy more, but he can't figure out his shipping situation to Texas.
Oh shit! Take that, Jose. Take that.
I'm glad he's not in chat because he'd be upset if I said that.
Oh, does Stevie work for you? He's got another one. Mention the Static ATX Rewards program.
Stevie is my VP of product marketing.
He's the Flavor Flav of Static ATX Records. That makes sense.
There is a rewards program. You see it there in the corner. So you earn points, and then you can redeem points for money off.
Well, what are you waiting for, folks? Like, let's support this guy. I know over at the VC Social Club they talk a little bit about this, but we already had Nick on the show, Resurrected Records Canada. Now we're promoting Joel here, staticatx.com. Put it in your browser, bookmark it, help this guy out.
Waiting for more stuff to go in the clearance thing because
apparently that's the move.
There's already a lot of stuff. I just browsed through the entire section.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing what I want.
Things that I would have bought, but I already have them, and
that's a lesson to you, Arnaldo.
I bought them years ago. Like I saw the Spiritualized record on there. That's a great record. The last one they made, and then you have the Cure records on there on sale, and there's a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff. So yeah, they're great prices. The Pulp record is on sale. It's like, these are, and then you have some like staples. It's like, how are you not selling De La Soul is Dead?
Yeah, see, you have the De La Soul records on there,
except
for the one I want.
XO, how is that? I mean, there's a lot of really the Julian Cope records. I know they're probably not as popular.
Joel, I got a question. The gentleman may or may not be on the dais. Do you ship to Canada? The question I'm asking, do you ship to Canada?
Everything for the right price.
I'm pretty sure on the website. I don't ship everywhere on Discogs, but on my website, I ship all kinds of places. I get orders from overseas and Canada.
It's $38 shipping.
It is. It is obscene.
So there's a record store that I recently discovered in Long Island, and I was having a chat with him that he was telling that he does a lot of sales. He doesn't make a lot of money from them, but it's kind of like a drop ship kind of situation where he has the database from, I guess, a distributor, right?
Not just a distributor, it's Alliance. It's the only one that does it.
Right.
We've talked
so you're
about
familiar
this.
with the concept.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's ingested in his website, and the sale happens on his website. It ships directly from Alliance. They take care of the shipping. They get it. So he's like, I make $5 a record, but it helps,
Yeah.
So
there's a fee associated with it. There's
Right.
two levels of
He's
sourcing.
like, there's a monthly fee, I think, or is it annual fee? Then there's all these other fees that are. He says I net $5 a record, but it helps. It contributes. It has. He puts no effort into it other than paying the fee.
Yeah.
So
there's a way to do it where you can literally put in zero effort. Like you do nothing. You're just the facilitator. There's other ways to do it where you put in a little bit of effort, but yeah, it's a thing. There's a bunch of stores that use it. You can tell when they're using it because all their websites look exactly the same.
Okay.
And I chose not to do it.
Okay.
I met with them. I talked through it and everything. I just am choosing not to do it just because when you go and look at my website, I just wanted everyone to know that everything you see there, I actually have. And it's curated to it was more curated back. It's expanded a lot, but it's still curated. When you go to those other sites and it's just the entire Alliance database, it's like the prices are different in the store than they are on their website because their website's just the Alliance price. And I just hate that. It's just not my thing. I don't hate anyone else for doing it. It's just I actively choose not to do it.
Can you adjust the pricing?
No,
you cannot.
Not on the Alliance stuff. You can like mix your own stuff in there, but the Alliance stuff, the price is what it is.
Well, Joel, I know somebody who works for All Media Supply, and when I bring her on Surface Noise, I'm going to bring you on, and we're going to convert you in live time. We're going to get you to just turn that switch and drink less of the Alliance and drink more of the.
I already listen. I buy everything from All Media Supply already because they give me free shipping, and Alliance doesn't.
In your face, Alliance, in your face.
And I told Alliance, I said, I asked them, hey, would you guys give me free shipping over some certain amount? And they said they couldn't. And I said, well, other distributors do. That's why I'm asking you. And they're like, well, which distributor? So I told them, I was like, All Media Supply, and then I got no response from them. But they're also they're usually a little cheaper on the records as well. Not always, but so I like All Media Supply personally. The shipping takes like 1 day longer than Alliance does, but I don't care. I mean, I'm not in a rush.
Joel, I've seen a couple people ask, are you going to put a Surface Noise promo code out there? Or is this because I remember time you were on here before and you had the fuck Amazon code that was extremely popular. So I think that people are recalling how popular that promotion was. Is there going to be a Surface Noise or Concert Buddy sucks, or what can you tell us?
Okay, so this is what I'll say. First of all, the fuck Amazon promo code, as funny as it was, you're the only one who used it. So it wasn't that popular. Two, I could put the promo code, but no one in the VC is gonna use it. And I'm not gonna combine it with the clearance. Like, you're not getting 50% off plus more. But I can put together a promo code, but listen, no one in the VC is going to use it. So
don't underestimate yourself. Listen, we are the show of record, talking records. You can go watch Steve Westman on Saturdays. You can watch the guys in the morning. There's other shows out there, but no one pimps harder for these local record stores than Surface Noise. Bet.
You know what I should do? I should put a code that's like, I love Canada, to give them a break on the shipping.
Just say Trudeau. I love Trudeau. Is that right, Rob? Is that
no fucking way? Nope.
I could put Canada Post sucks. Make that as a code.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Listen, we'll figure it out. But anyway, well, guys, another powerful presentation. Rob, what a show to make your Surface Noise debut. We hit it all. We talked to a Canadian record store owner, Nick, young hustler. We talked about the trials and tribulations of Canada Post, and the only thing I don't think we talked about was how Arnaldo escaped the vinyl vault, but we'll save that for a future episode. But there's always more to come. But guys, appreciate it. We'll be back next week. I think some of our familiar faces will be back, but we're going to mix it up a little bit. We'll try to bring more voices into the conversation across multiple presentations. But appreciate you. Hit that like button. Hit the dislike button. I know the Bleach Boys are out there. Hit it. It makes you feel better. I know you're sitting in your masturbation stations of sadness. And just hit the dislike button and then wipe it off on your sleeve when you're done. Appreciate you. We'll see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.